Welcome to this journey into the spectacular world of Times Square, the iconic urban space that captures the energy, ambition, and excitement of New York City like nowhere else on Earth. Those mesmerizing billboards, the sea of yellow, taxis, the towering skyscrapers, and that unmistakable electricity in the air. Times Square isn't just a location, it's a sensory experience that defines the New York spirit. Did you know that approximately 330,000 people pass through this legendary intersection every single day? Or that the digital billboards create so much light that the area is visible from space? These are just some of the fascinating aspects we'll explore in the next 5 minutes. So turn up the volume, settle in, and let's explore the crossroads of the world together. The evolution of Times Square. The story of Times Square begins long before the dazzling lights and digital billboards. In the late 19th century, this area was known as Longacre Square, a district of horse stables and carriage industries named after a similar area in London. Located at the intersection of Broadway and 7th Avenue between 42nd and 47th Streets. This neighborhood was poised for transformation as New York City expanded northward. The pivotal moment came in 1904, when the New York Times publisher Adolph Ochs moved the newspaper's operations to a stunning new skyscraper at 42nd Street and Broadway. The lights and technology of Times Square. If there's one thing that defines Times Square visually, it's the spectacular billboards that turn night into day. But did you know these aren't just advertisements? They're legally required. Since the 1990s, the special Midtown District zoning regulations have mandated that buildings in Times Square must devote a minimum amount of their facade to bright, illuminated displays. This ensures the area maintains its iconic, luminous character. The evolution of Times Square's lights tells the story of advertising technology itself. The first electric sign appeared in 1904, a simple arrangement of incandescent bulbs. By the 1920s, more elaborate neon signs dominated, giving the area a distinctive glow that became famous worldwide. Broadway and the Theater District. Times Square sits at the heart of Manhattan's legendary Theater District, which encompasses 41 professional Broadway theaters crammed into just a few blocks. This represents the highest concentration of world-class theatrical venues anywhere on the planet. These theaters aren't just cultural landmarks, they're economic powerhouses. Broadway contributes nearly $15 billion annually to New York City's economy and supports approximately 97,000 jobs. The tradition of theater in this area dates back to the 1750s, when the first performance venues opened along Lower Broadway. But the golden age of Broadway began in the early 20th century, coinciding with Times Square's rise to prominence. Many of these theaters are architectural gems, their exteriors often modest compared to the ornate splendor inside. The New Amsterdam Theater, restored by Disney in the 1990s, features an extraordinary Art Nouveau interior with themes from Shakespeare's A Midsummer Night's Dream, hidden gems and local secrets. Beyond the obvious attractions, Times Square holds fascinating secrets that most visitors walk right past without noticing. Let's uncover some of these hidden gems that reveal a deeper side to this famous district. Beneath the dazzling surface lies the Times Square 42nd Street subway station, one of the busiest transit hubs in the entire system. But few notice the beautiful mosaic tiles that form an underground art gallery, celebrating the history of Times Square. The MTA's Arts for Transit program has installed several major works here, including Times Square Mural by Roy Lichtenstein and The Revelers by Jane Dixon, artistic treasures hiding in plain sight amid the rush of commuters. One of the most remarkable hidden features is completely auditory. The Times Square Hum is a sound art installation by Max Neuhaus that has been emitting a distinctive drone from beneath a subway grate since 1977. Thousands walk over it daily without ever realizing they're experiencing one of the city's longest-running art installations. The Knickerbocker Hotel at 42nd Street and Broadway holds secrets of its own. This Beaux-Arts landmark opened in 1906 as one of New York's most luxurious hotels. According to legend, the martini was invented here when bartender Martini di Arma di Taggia served a new cocktail to John D. Rockefeller, experiencing Times Square like a local. Despite its reputation as a tourist magnet, Times Square is also part of a living, working neighborhood. let's explore how to experience this iconic space like a savvy local rather than a one-time visitor. The first secret is timing. Times Square at 7:00 a.m. offers a completely different experience. Relatively quiet streets, locals grabbing coffee, and delivery trucks restocking the businesses before the tourist crowds arrive. This morning calm reveals architectural details and perspectives that are impossible to appreciate during peak hours. When moving through Times Square, you can spot New Yorkers by their efficient navigation patterns. While tourists stand in the center taking photos, locals stick to the edges of the square and walk in straight, purposeful lines. A technique worth adopting if you want to move through the area quickly. For the perfect Times Square photo without fighting the crowds, skip the obvious central plazas and head to the TKTS Red Steps or the R Lounge in the Renaissance Hotel. These elevated vantage points offer spectacular views away from the pedestrian congestion below. Times Square in popular culture, few urban. Spaces have played such a prominent role in global pop culture as Times Square. Its iconic visuals have appeared in countless films, television shows, music videos, and artworks, cementing its status as the visual shorthand for New York City itself. From the 1933 film 42nd Street to Midnight Cowboy's gritty 1969 portrayal to the magical New Year's Eve scenes in When Harry Met Sally, Times Square has served as both character and canvas for filmmakers across generations. If you enjoyed this deep dive into one of the world's most iconic urban spaces, don't forget to hit that like button. It really helps the channel grow and lets me know what content you want to see more of. Make sure to subscribe and hit that notification bell so you don't miss our upcoming videos on legendary locations. Until next time, keep discovering the extraordinary stories behind ordinary places.